Hi everyone, Nikki Buckelew here at Seniors Real Estate Institute. Thanks for joining me on this video. I'm going to answer the question today, are real estate agents really all that different? And you know what? Yes, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say they are. But I'm going to actually give you three categories that we tend to, here at the Seniors Real Estate Institute, put people into. So I call them boxes. There's three boxes that realtors go in. The first box is the typical realtor, right? This is the real estate agent who basically says everyone is a possible piece of business. Anybody and everybody, first-time home buyers, last-time home sellers, people buying a condo, people buying a house, people selling land, people moving in or out of town. It doesn't really matter to them. They'll sell anything, they'll go anywhere, they'll work with anybody. And that's what most realtors do. And for good reason, most realtors start out that way. Now there's a second box, and I don't like this box very much, but there are some realtors that fall into it. And this box is pretty small, thankfully. And that box is realtors who are really not very competent, or they're not of the best integrity. They're looking out for their own interests and not the interests of the clients. Or they're just real estate agents maybe that are part-time, really don't take care of their business as a full-time agent, and they just do it on the side. And I'm going to put those all in one box. And the reason is because consumers need to be aware that those agents may not be the best agents for them to work with, but that they're out there. Now, the third box is specialists. And specialists are generally agents who have decided that, look, there's a niche that they really like, they're attracted to, they're interested in, they're passionate about, and they've gotten really good at that type of business. And there's a couple of different types of specialists. There's specialists in geographic areas, there's specialists with different types of properties, and then there's specialists that work with a certain type of clientele. And for instance, you know that here at the Seniors Real Estate Institute, we happen to like agents who like to work with the 55 and older crowd. And so that has a tendency to be who we attract. But somebody, might work with acreages or farms and land, or they might work with first-time home buyers, or they might prefer to work with condos, or maybe like the urban area. Whatever that specialty is, that agent or that brokerage, if it's a brokerage, gets really, really good and very entrenched in that particular specialty. So they tend to know more than most realtors know when it comes to that specialty. Now, how do you decide? If you're thinking to yourself, gosh, how do you decide which box you're in? Well, the first thing I would do is I would ask myself, am I willing to work with anybody and everybody that walks in my door? And if so, then you're probably a traditional, typical agent. If you're somebody who is looking out for yourself and it doesn't really matter about the client, all that matters is you and your bottom line, then you're probably in that second box. But if that's you, you're probably not watching this. And then the third box, how do you know if you're a specialist? Well, you've taken extra training, you've taken extra time, and you've worked really hard at developing a knowledge base about a very specific property or a very specific clientele. And so I hope that's helpful because, at the end of the day, here at the Seniors Real Estate Institute, what we want to help you do is become a specialist. And we want you to create a slice of the real estate business that you get up in the morning and you get excited about. You get a phone call from somebody and you go, yes, that's my ideal client. And you're not just chasing business all over town like the typical agent does. So I hope that's helpful. I'll see you here on the next video. My name's Nikki Buckelew at the Seniors Real Estate Institute. Make it a great day.